In the 1860s, amidst the sprawling, sun-drenched coffee plantations of Brazil, lived a 12-year-old boy named Mateo. His family worked on a vast estate where the air was always thick with the scent of roasting beans. But life for the laborers was difficult. While the plantation owners grew wealthy, the workers' small personal garden plots were failing. The tropical soil was often too packed with clay, and during the intense summer rains, the water would simply wash away the seeds and topsoil, leaving the families with nothing but mud and hunger. Mateo watched as his mother's precious vegetable seeds were swept into the gullies year after year, leaving the community discouraged and the children's plates empty. Mateo noticed a massive waste problem at the coffee mills: the discarded coffee husks, or parchment. After the beans were extracted, millions of these tough, fibrous outer shells were dumped into giant, rotting mountains behind the processing sheds. They were considered a nuisance too dry for cattle to eat and too slow to decompose in the fields. They sat there in heaps, attracting flies and clogging the drainage ditches. Mateo also noticed that when it did rain, the water seemed to get trapped inside the hollow shapes of the husks, keeping the centers damp long after the sun had returned. Mateo realized that these worthless husks could act like tiny, protective sponges if they were held together properly. He began collecting baskets of the dry coffee waste and brought them to the riverbank. He experimented by mixing the fibrous husks with a specific amount of sticky river clay and organic mulch. Using a hollowed-out piece of wood as a mold, he pressed the mixture into solid, brick-like seed starters. These bricks were sturdy enough to resist being washed away by the rain, but porous enough to allow roots to grow through them. He called his invention Husk-Hearts. Just before the arrival of the great spring storms, Mateo distributed hundreds of his Husk-Hearts to his neighbors, showing them how to tuck their seeds deep into the compressed coffee fiber. When the torrential rains finally came, the community watched in fear, expecting their gardens to be destroyed again. But instead of washing away, Mateo's bricks soaked up the water like a reservoir, weighing down the soil and protecting the delicate sprouts inside. The coffee husks provided the perfect drainage and nutrients as they slowly broke down, giving the plants the strength they needed to survive the harsh tropical sun. By harvest time, the workers' plots were the lushest in the valley, bursting with beans, corn, and squash. The plantation owner was so impressed by the transformation of the waste into wealth that he provided Mateo with a dedicated shed to produce the Husk-Hearts for the entire region. Mateo had turned the trash of the coffee industry into a vessel for life. He proved that even when the earth seems barren and the rains are cruel, a single discarded shell can become a sanctuary for growth if you have the vision to see its hidden strength.